Sexy mama, you lit. Tell them take a pic. Podcast. Sexy mama podcast.
That's dope. I like that.
It hits, right?
It do. It really do.
It be hitting.
Yeah, I can't sing it out loud because I'm not a sexy mama.
You married to a sexy mama.
I'm married to a sexy mama.
I mean, sir, what you drinking for? You nervous?
I don't know what's gonna be asked. I don't know what's gonna be asked today, so I gotta get ready.
I'm like, you nervous?
I feel like I'm on the podium
Put this away.
or something.
We're gonna hide this.
I need that.
Well, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to Sexy Mama's podcast. And I know you're probably like, that is not a mama. No, it's not. It's Matthew.
Surprise!
Surprise! By the way, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So if you guys have not caught on by now, obviously this is my husband.
What's up?
All right, so you got some questions for me. What you got?
So, number one. What is it like to be a sexy mama?
What's it like?
Yeah, what's it like to be a sexy mama?
Oh, it feels good.
Really?
Oh, it feels real good. Well, you know what, though? So I was talking about how sexy mama to me is deeper than just skin deep. I always talk about how it's really being like you a superwoman, but you may not be getting the credit. Like you got this cape and ain't nobody trying to give you any recognition for it. So those are the type of women that I like to reach out to and be like, boo, you're doing the thing. I love what you're doing. It's amazing. And that should be considered sexy. You know, if you're trying to overcome or trying to achieve things, like that should be considered sexy. Society looks at sexy as only how high them heels is, how tight them clothes are. But I think that is deeper than that. So, of course, I love to dress sexy, but I know that it's just deeper than skin deep as well. So, I mean, because you got a nickname for me.
I got a few nicknames for you.
Oh
so we pre don't hear, you know what I'm saying? But I do call you PYT.
Okay, why do you call me that?
Because you're not only are you a pretty young thing, Michael Jackson song, you're my pretty young thing. I've been calling you that one for a better part of 20 years. Yep. And then I also call you beautiful.
Right.
That's your other nickname.
Yeah. So I have these tattooed right here. Maybe next time I wear a shirt that shows it. Yeah. I love to show my shoulders. I got the tattoo. But you know, when you call me beautiful, it's always deeper than skin deep.
Absolutely. I call you beautiful because you're beautiful all the way around. Like to me, and I'm not trying to take it to that type of conversation, but you can already tell by my shirt. To me, when I think of when you first explained the concept to me of what a sexy mama was, to me it almost echoed like in scripture where it talks about a virtuous woman, a woman who's kind of she's everything. You know what I'm saying? From top to bottom, head to toe, in and out. She's taking care of business. She's doing her thing. She's owning her sexiness. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's not only like skin deep, it's more than that. Right. You know, so to me, that's where it takes me. So when I call her beautiful, I'm not just saying her outer appearance. To me, it's everything.
Saying that 'cause it's Valentine's Day.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you?
I mean, it's Valentine's Day. Everybody know what the whole point of Valentine's Day is.
What is it?
It's about giving flowers, candy, and showing appreciation.
Okay. Did you do that?
I did. I got flowers. I got candy, balloons.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show appreciation later.
Okay. Now, you were supposed to take me out to eat.
Why you run past that?
What happened? What happened?
You want to talk about how you became a sexy mama?
Stop. Sexy mama of 5.
That's right.
By the way.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I know I don't look.
You look good, baby.
I know I don't look like it. But a 5. So yeah, thank you for the balloons because they're beautiful and then you're making people in the grocery store jealous.
It was. There's a lot of balloons, big balloons.
And a big old bouquet of flowers. And then some of my favorite candy. I like the little cherries, the little cordial cherries.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. What are they called?
I think they're called cordial cherries.
Cordial cherries. I can't say that. But the cherries that are chocolate covered with the little...
You know why I like those? Because it got like the little nugget inside. It remind me of the nugget from the Cadbury.
Yeah, yes. Cadbury egg with a cherry inside.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
It's healthened up.
It's healthened up. Because it got fruit inside the candy. So it's healthy candy.
It's healthy. baby.
I don't know if that really comes, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work.
I mean, chocolate is a fruit.
Chocolate's a fruit?
I made chocolate from scratch, from fruit.
That's
from the
right.
cacao pod.
Comes from them things that look like look some sort of like alien egg.
No.
Yeah, it did.
No.
It did. You ever see, look at cacao, and then look when they strip it down, it look like an alien egg.
It's so pretty.
But it's fruit. Or is it a nut?
It's fruit.
It's a fruit nut.
The cacao pod is the seed.
It's a fruit nut. Right? If it ain't a category, we're making it one a day. But it is healthy. It's healthened up.
Yeah. That I had to think about that. It's a fruit nut. I'm like,
see what I'm saying? Makes you think about it, right? See?
I don't want to look at chocolate as a fruit nut.
I'm up here with it.
That's what happened?
I'm up here with it.
Is that why your hat is so high on your head?
Cerebral.
Wait. Is that why your hat is like this?
My hat's like this, like
because
that.
You up here
it's
with it?
So much brain stuff happening right now, activity in there that it has to give it room to breathe because it's out. You know what I'm saying?
It's what?
It's out there. All right. So moving on from the fruit nuts and stuff.
Well, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Obviously, you're getting really comfortable in my chair, sir.
These are nice chairs. I never get to sit in these chairs, by the way. This is like that part of like when you go to your parents or your grandparents' house and they got the plastic furniture, or they got that place where it's like that room that they make up really nice and you can't sit there.
Yeah.
Like that's what this room is for me. Like I can go anywhere else, but when it comes to like, don't be in my podcast, but don't mess with my chairs. So I don't ever get to sit in these. These are really comfortable.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, baby.
Oh, look at Happy Valentine's Day.
Appreciate it.
Mwah.
Why do I feel like that? Mwah was so some facetiousness in there. Okay.
All right, so let's talk about this because people want to know. How long have you been married, sir?
I have been married to you for, and let me make this clear, this is my only relationship, but marriage. I don't make it sound like I've been married before, but we've been married for almost 20 and a half years, so almost 21 years. So 20 years, it'd be 21 years in July. So long time. And we've been dating longer than that. So we've been together totally for about 22, 23 years.
You think so?
Around there, yeah.
Okay.
Rough estimate math.
Yeah.
Started dating in 02. It's 2025.
What?
So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So 20 years of marriage.
Yeah. 20 years and a half of marriage. 20 and a half.
Oh my gosh.
It's like when you're a kid. You don't want somebody.
Fine.
If you almost 11, you 10 and a half. You say 10 and a half.
Okay. 20
you earn that half. Yeah, 20 and a half.
20 and a half
Yep.
years of marriage. What have you learned?
In regards to marriage itself,
yeah,
I'd say if you could.
Or what have you learned about me?
A lot. I don't know. That's kind of like that's like very vague, but not to glaze too much. But it is Valentine's Day.
Want to know. What you trying to say? What, if it wasn't Valentine's Day?
No, I'm not saying I'm not trying to glaze only because it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna give you your flowers because they're due. But what I've learned about you is what I mean when I say a lot. It's a lot because you've been a person that always pushes to evolve or to progress. And a lot of people probably don't know this about you, but I'm gonna go ahead and leak it. But Coco is the type of person that whenever she sets her mind to something, she doesn't stop until she conquers it. Okay. Or until she masters it.
That's true.
And then once she does that, then it's on to the next thing.
Well, you can't stop.
You can't stop. And a lot of these things are like, they're not in the same like category or so you're a very, very, you're a very like multi-talented person. Mm-hmm. So for me, what I learned about you over the years, like I said, I've learned a lot because I've watched you go from thing to thing to thing. But I guess if I had to sum it up in one word, it literally is like a conqueror, because literally she does go across all these different categories and things that she focuses on. And she just like, when I say conquer, I mean, she just doesn't learn how to do it. Like she like gets to the point where she has to like be the best at it or know it to the best of her own abilities. And then she graduates on to something else. So she literally goes until she conquers it. So if I had to sum it up in one word or what I learned from you is that you're a conqueror.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not a small dreamer.
Definitely not. That's the one thing you are not. You ain't is a small dreamer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, How about when I like to take a, I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this. Because I'm not a small dreamer, then I don't like for you to be a small dreamer.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you try to say is how you make sure that my dreams and my goals match yours. Got you. I see what she was trying to see. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
over 20 years, you also learned the little hidden innuendos and lines in between. No, but I mean, you know.
Do you like being pushed?
I do. Because there's a level of accountability there in a relationship that has to be maintained, right? I don't think a person, and this is just me, I'm not saying this is how it should be for everybody. So I know there's some people be like, they got their own opinions. My opinion from my life lessons and experiences is that there's a level of accountability that you have to have with your partner, your loved one, your husband, your wife, right? When one person's striving, another person has to meet. Again, not trying to always bring it back to the Bible, but I do and we do relate a lot. But you have to be evenly yoked. You have to be tied to a person who has equal ambition, equal drive, equal energy as you do. And
if you don't, what happens?
If you don't, what happens is you get out of vibration with each other. You get out of sync. You get out of frequency. And it can lead to turmoil, right? Because you can be looking at me like, hey, you're not doing enough. Or I could be looking at her like, hey, I need you to support this more. So having, and there's always going to be that, but having that level of accountability, you hear people talk about like accountability partners and stuff like that. Your husband or your wife, it's also your accountability partner in life, right? From parenting to marriage, relationship, all that. So, you know, having you push me, she's definitely pushed me. She's pushed me to be, you know, who I am today as a man, a husband, a father. I cannot take credit for anything that I do that doesn't have her a part of it or pushing me in that direction. And I can't speak for you, but I would like to say that that's probably goes two ways. So we are each other's accountability partner.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, you're like, "How's your day?" And then I will go on and on and on about every single thing that happened that day.
Yeah.
And then why are you saying yeah? Like,
well, I'm just saying because you know you be talking.
I'm supposed to be talking.
Yeah, you be talking.
I just found out.
Coco be talking. I'll be like, that's me trying to get information.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because going, boy.
Women in business.
Yeah.
Men generally, and I'm not saying that you're doing this on purpose. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying all men.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like women always have to kind of fight.
Yeah, you got to stand up to be heard.
Yeah,
I got you.
When I go through a day like that, and then even though I'm off the clock, right, and then we're talking, and you're talking, and I'm like,
she's like, I got to say what I got to say.
Talking,
you go and hear
sir. This. So I need you zip it. No.
And it's funny because I'm an opposite. So I go through a day, what I do for a living is I have to talk, right? I have to train people. I have to talk to different vendors. I have to negotiate. She does too. So when the day's over, I don't want to talk that much no more. So it's easy for me to sit and listen to her.
You're not talking about your day, but I want you to know everything that happened during my day. Yeah. But I did see this statistic that said women need to be heard for 2 hours every day.
2 hours every day. Her by their husbands?
Yeah. Who else?
I'm not saying that. I just didn't know if it was general. Like
no, it was a guy who was literally saying like, women want to know that they're heard by their spouses, and it has to be at least 2 hours a day. Now, he didn't say just sit down and let her talk for 2 hours, and I don't even really mean it like that. What I mean is you could break it up if you need to, but for women to feel appreciated and feel heard, because I think for a lot of women, that's the thing. We don't always feel heard, and the most important person that we want to feel heard from is our spouse. So if you're not giving them the ability or the capability and the level that they feel like they're being heard, you're going to have a problem, because now she's going to go tell somebody else. Yeah. And that's going to be a problem, right? Because you don't want that. You want to make sure that you are her everything, and that she can come to you. Now, when I say everything, there's been many times I'm talking to you and I'm like, girl.
Man, that's happened so much. I'd be so mad because I'd be like, I'll be cutting her off like, hey, look now, I'm cool having these discussions and everything, but don't be Joe add no ad libs like, girl, listen, girl, shoot. No.
Well,
we cool, but we nah.
Well, that's only because
she gets so comfortable in her discussion with me that she thinks she's talking to almost even like a
friend.
Yeah.
So now that you know,
it's a compliment, but at the same time, I'm like a very manly man. You know what I'm saying? So to be referenced like that, I'd be like, like yo.
I'm like, ain't you my everything?
I'm your everything, but I ain't your girl. But I could be your homie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it be slipping out because I'm like,
you get comfortable with me. You get comfortable.
Yeah, and I should be. I'm supposed to be very, very comfortable. I should be able to let everything down.
That's true.
So
and you do.
And I should, and I will.
And you do.
And you like it. What?
Yeah, I like it.
You know what? Let me ask you a question. Because we've been married for 20 years, right? And a lot of people always want to know what's the secret, what's the sauce, how we do it. We got married young. Let me tell you that. We got married young. And, we had a lot of family and friends who was like, I'm not going to say whose side, but it wasn't mine. And they be like, are you sure you want to get married this young? All kinds of stuff. And so being now 20 years in the game, and we've been married longer than most people that we know.
Yeah.
And we don't wish anything bad upon anybody else's marriage. It's just that if somebody has, somebody has it in their heart to get married to somebody, like, support them. That's basically what I'm saying. Is that you should support them instead of, getting told what we got told by some people.
Yep.
So here we are 20 years later. What is the secret? And do I ever get on your nerves? Because I know that I don't.
Do you ever get on my... That's a loaded question to be asked on the spot.
No, a potato is loaded. This is not loaded.
Do you ever get on my nerves? No, you don't ever get on my nerves.
I think you're confusing the people.
All right, real talk though. I mean, yeah. I mean, when you're with the person that long and you're around each other so much as we are, like, what a lot of people don't know is, like, we both work from home. We have that freedom.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing. And I don't take that for any type of granted, right?
Right.
So, when you're around somebody 24/7 darn near, you're going to get on each other's nerves to an extent. But do I think you get on my nerves like I can't stand you? No, I can't ever say that because it's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? But there are times where
very few times probably, like once in a blue moon type.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there are for real. I mean, and outside of that, like what I'll say to that is, over the years, like, I'm not trying to turn this into like a marriage counseling thing, but over the years, what I've had to learn is, you hear people talk about compromise and stuff like that, but really what I think it is you have to have a level of understanding and patience, and you have to, choose your battles, right? Because not everything that irritates you, everything that irks you is worth the fight, is worth the argument, especially if you have somebody who meets you equally on everything. Like, she meets me with the same energy. If I come at her with some negative energy, Coco's a fighter. She responds back with the same energy. She goes out swinging. So it's like, and I mean that figuratively. But
I know you're gonna have people thinking I'll be squabbling up.
She be squabble up. No, but I mean, it's like that one Jimmy Cozier song that he wrote a long time ago. Yeah, but I don't agree with the complete lyrics. But he's like, sometimes I love you, sometimes I love you not. I ain't letting go because you all I got. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the I don't love you thing.
It's like
I don't agree with that. But there's moments where I might not like our situation, or I might not like what you said. But at the end of the day, you're all I got. You might, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, you got to pick your battles. And I learned to, there's certain things that, honestly, there's certain things as you get older with age, you don't even care about no more. I might have cared about her, you know what I'm saying, eating my last piece of food when we was in our first, couple years of marriage, you know what I'm saying?
That sounds so specific.
It was an example. Out of the blue. I
was pregnant.
Out of the blue.
No.
But now I could care less if she ate my last. She could take it right out of my hand. I honestly could care less. You know what I'm saying?
I was pregnant with child number 1.
What are you talking about? I gave a very vague example. It wasn't specific at all.
It wasn't that far. It was close.
All right. So we went on this trip. She was pregnant. And
very pregnant.
She ordered a meal at a restaurant that she thought she wanted, and I ordered a burger. You ordered, what was it, like?
Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo. This is
I ate chicken at the time.
She ate chicken at the time. This is 20 years ago. 20 years ago. She ate chicken at the time. And she ordered some chicken Alfredo. I had this cheeseburger from this place that I had never had a cheeseburger from, and I'm eating this thing, and I'm like, yo, this is the bomb. Anybody knows me, I do enjoy a burger from time to time. And I'm eating this burger, and I guess I was selling it too good.
No, you said like, yo,
I'm like, yo, this burger's
oh my
dope.
gosh,
This is one of the best burgers I ever had.
Did you offer me a bite?
It was 20 years ago. I can't really remember.
No. Did you offer me a bite though?
I did not offer her a bite. I was so busy, like in the zone.
More than likely, you guys.
I was trying to get my best food review.
Even when I ate meat, I didn't really care about burgers like that. I ate them, but it was never the top of my list. Burgers are the top of your list.
Burgers are the top of my list.
So more than likely, this man was up here, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You got to taste this. This is the best, all this stuff.
It's about right.
So then, like, what that told me was, and he possibly said, like, yo, you should take a bite. And I did. Now, it's not my fault that the baby liked it, and the baby wanted the rest of his burger. So the baby got the rest of his burger.
Yeah, so she's like, I want to try a bite, so I was like, all right, give her the burger.
No, you say it like I asked. What if you asked?
I said, you want some?
Okay.
I was like, you want some? She's like, sure, I'll take a bite. She takes a bite. She's like, this is good. And then she just proceeds to eat it. And she's like, you know what? Let's switch meals. The baby wants the burger. So then she hands me the Alfredo. I'm looking in front of the Alfredo like, I ain't. It's like what I asked for. So I'm over here eating like all these, don't get me wrong for the Alfredo lovers out there. Alfredo's good, but I was feeling that burger. I'm sitting there, and then now she's over there. Oh, this is good. And I'm over here like, I'm over here eating the Alfredo with the salty face. Like, is it good? Oh, is it juicy too? Okay. Oh, okay. And the tomato. Okay, got you. You know what I'm saying? She's just going on. So I was salty, but that didn't bug me. It was something that I was like, dang. I was salty. 18 years ago, 20 years ago, because you were pregnant. Our daughter's 19 now. Yep. But now I could care less. She doesn't eat meat, but if I had
burgers
anything,
are safe.
You know what I'm saying? But even if I didn't, even if there's something that we do eat, like black bean tacos or enchiladas or like, meatless lasagna or something like that. If I have some, many times now I offer it to her. Like if I see she's not eating or something like that, or she already ate, I'd be like, hey, before you
finish mine first.
Yep.
Obviously I enjoy this. She'd be like, no.
Hey, you want before I finish this? You want some? She'd be like, yes or no.
Okay, so ask me, do you get on my nerves?
She was too eager. She was too eager to answer this. Babe.
Yeah.
Do I ever get on your nerves?
What?
See?
Oh my gosh.
What you mean, oh my gosh?
so many times this man gets on my nerves. But this is the difference, right? When you get on my nerves, I want you around me still.
Yeah.
When you get on my nerves, I just want to look at you and like burn a hole through the side of your face.
She got like one of those looks that like pierce through you.
I want you to know that we are not okay. I want you right there.
Like line of sight. Just
like you better fix this. That's what I want.
Like unlocking eye contact the whole time.
Oh man,
no words.
That's what I was just about to say. As much as a talker as I am, when I'm mad at you, I ain't talking to you because
zero.
And that's how you know when I'm mad at you because I'm not talking to you.
At all.
The thing. I love to share. I love to have opportunities to share, and I love to be on the same page. But when we're not on the same page and I'm mad at you,
shuts it down.
I'm like, you do not get to talk to me. You do not get to hear me talk.
Everything gets shut down.
Of course, I'm mad at you.
Just saying.
Why wouldn't it be?
I'm just saying. There's some things, sharing is caring.
Really?
Yes. Sharing is caring. There's some things that, Anyway, go ahead.
I say all that to say you're getting on my nerves right now.
But it's Valentine's Day. Sharing is caring.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Okay, what do you do? Okay, when you're in the doghouse, what do you do to try to get out the doghouse? And that's obviously he ain't in the doghouse, y'all. I'm just saying, like, what do you do to make sure that you're no longer on my nerves?
One of the first things I do is I prove that I was right.
What?
No, I'm joking. I'll do.
No, say some words that is not okay on social media.
No. One of the things I do is I've become very big at self-reflecting. And again, like I said, accountability, not only with the partner, but with myself. So one of the things I do is I come and I make right or atone for anything that I did wrong in that conversation, or that, whatever it was that annoyed her, even the action, right? Maybe she told me don't, do this, and I did it anyway, and I knew she didn't like when I did that, you know what I'm saying? Like, comes to stuff like her plants outside or something like that, and she'll get mad. We'll get on, we don't want to get too far on that line, but anyway, but I'll come up and I'll man up and I'll be like, look, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'll show accountability. And I apologize for my portion of how I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that I'm looking for her to respond and say, I'm sorry too, but I'm trying to do it to show you that, look, I realize what I did, and I'm sincere, and I show up with all sincerity, that I'm ready to move past this. Because honestly, the last thing I like to do is fight.
Stay mad.
And I don't like to stay mad. I don't like to go to bed mad. So whatever we have, usually it's resolved before we go to sleep. Like we both become big on not going to sleep angry.
Yeah.
Even if we fight at 11:59 p.m., we resolved by 12:05 a.m.
Well, sometimes because then you be like, and I be like with the pillow.
I be knocked out.
I be over there with the pillow. Like, I'm out to, if he don't.
I gotta wake up.
Like that.
But yeah, but I show up like that, you know what I'm saying? Because, at the end of the day, and I don't, a lot of it comes from experiences, right? Where I've lost a lot of loved ones. I lost a lot of people who are very near and dear to me. So life's too short to be angry. Mm-hmm. Life's too short to be upset. And most of the stuff we be upset about, we argue about, when you really look at the grand scheme of things, it is like hella small compared to what other people are fighting about.
Which almost is kind of like, dang, like
it almost feels petty.
It feels petty, but it also feels like a blessing that we don't have those kinds of problems.
Yeah. Like, we never get issues because of like things that are like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, people got like infidelity issues, and you know what I'm saying? We argue over money or whose is what and whose is whose and all this other stuff. Like, we honestly don't have, and thank the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We pray on that. We work on that every day. You know what I'm saying? But we argue about things that are big to us because that's even though our problems are not big to other people, they're big for us because that's just our problem set. But, just fessing up to it and trying to move past that, because ain't nobody got time to go to sleep angry. Not that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Not that type of energy.
So, squash it.
Squash it, and then it gets fun after that.
Why do you always go back to that?
I can't help it. Y'all see how she look? I mean, I know it's Sex My Podcast. We're talking about everything inside and out, but that going outside. You bad, baby.
Okay, well, thank you.
You beautiful.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
And sexy.
Mama. Podcast.
There we go. Okay, so I don't know what I do to try to get off your nerves. I don't know if I do anything to try to get off your nerves. Because, and then I'm going to tell you why. This is why I don't know the answer. And I may do it, maybe I just don't know.
I got the answer, but I'm going to let you go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe I do and I just don't know. But I'll tell you, I feel like I'm slow to start a disagreement, but I'm quick to end it. That's how I feel like. Is that accurate?
It's opposite, but it's
no.
She quick to start one and slow to end one.
No, I'm not.
It's opposite.
No, but you know what? This is what I'll say. And
perspective is something else. I think I'm slow to start something.
No, I feel like I am slow to start arguing.
I'll give you this. There are certain things you're slow to. There's some things where you jump fooling like double dutch. Like what? Like,
yeah, well, I mean, okay, because you might be testing my gangster.
You got to justify your gangster.
Who else gonna do it? But I say all that to say, as I'll be saying, like, this is what we're doing. But I think it's important to pick your battles. I think it's important to kind of look at the whole perspective of what we're really fighting about. And sometimes, even if we don't resolve it, we let it go. Because I think that's another option to do too.
And like when we let it go, we that's what I mean. We let it go.
We let it go. So
we don't pull it back up later. We had to make that something over time.
that was something that we had to do. And so it's like, we had to know, like, okay,
Yep.
we're gonna agree to disagree.
Yep.
We've done that to be like, you know what, I don't agree, but it's dinner time,
and we'll leave it there. We won't come back. We'll honestly leave it like.
And I got a long day tomorrow, and I don't have time for this.
Right.
We don't have time for this. The kids got this or whatever, so we just let it go.
Yeah, if that problem was like in real life a kid, it'd be like Home Alone. It'd get forgot. Like Kevin
left at home.
Like anybody seen Kevin? We'd be leaving problems behind.
Because we got so many other things to do, and there's so many things going on
5
in the world
kids.
that we just don't have time for this. You said 5 kids.
5
when
kids.
we got married, you said you wanted to start in 5.
I did. I want to start in 5.
I gave it to you.
You did.
What'd you give me?
I gave you a starting 5.
What? No. Obviously I'm glad they're here, but I did not ask for starting 5. Like, I don't even remember having a number in my head of how many kids that I wanted. I don't remember doing that. Yeah. But I remember you wanted to start in 5. You got it.
5. From a family perspective, I've always wanted to start in 5.
Now, we almost didn't have a starting 5 because child number 3 was born at home. This one over here had to catch. Now, I used to give him the full credit.
She was still on her way. We just don't have start 5.
No. This is what I'll say.
But it almost messed up 4 and 5. She almost didn't want to go past that.
Well, I mean...
Go ahead, tell the story.
But I say that to say, and I'm not going to go into the full story. Maybe that's part 2. But I will say, like, child number 3, she decided to come at home. Now, I used to always tell people, oh, he delivered her. Matthew delivered her. And then I said, well, hold on. Who was the one who really delivered her? Because only one of us was pregnant. How in the world he delivered? No, all he did was catch. He caught her.
What do you? No. Hold on. Time out.
Time out.
Flag on the play. What do you call a doctor? Okay, you pregnant. You on the table.
Yeah, but I'm
and you doing the pushing.
That's how it goes.
Right. That's how it goes.
Oh my God.
And then the person that's there catching the baby, when that person, that doctor, when they do that, you say the doctor delivered that baby. I was the doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I was there.
Okay, but I understand that. But just like how we have to reevaluate the word sexy,
I did that.
Why we can't reevaluate the fact that the mom who actually was carrying this baby for 9 months, like, she had to do something in order for that baby to get here. So why she can't get credit? Why does the one who because we're gonna show y'all
process in right now.
Okay, live. You got like 30 seconds.
We delivered that baby. Can we drop that and move on?
We did it.
You played a part. I played a part. You did a lot of work. I did all the work. I had to talk you through it. I had to be on the phone with the whoop with the people.
Nobody asked you.
You know what I'm saying? They was like,
nobody asked you how you got.
You know what I'm saying? I had to hold legs open because she was trying to close legs. She was trying to close legs. The lady's like, she needs to push. I'm like, you need to push. And she's like, no. I got to hold legs open. I got this. I got babies behind me that are already born trying to look around the corner. So I'm trying to do all. So we played a part.
Okay, but didn't I just tell you?
We did this.
That she decided to come.
She did.
At home. No doula, no midwife, no doctor, no hospital, no prescription drugs.
Yeah. So, no epidural.
That's what I'm saying. That's a prescription drug. There was no medication to help me with the pain. So obviously I'm grabbing chest, I'm grabbing chest meat, what you like to call it. I'm grabbing everything.
That's an understatement.
I was in pain.
That's an understatement. Grabbing chest meat. I'm not going to prolong because she said she don't want to tell the whole story. No, but let's just put it this way. She was in pain and she grabbed my chest so hard. You know how you ball up a shirt? I had my shirt open because I was trying to get dressed. And my chest meat looked like how the shirt looked in my hand. It was balled up. And I'm trying to like get off like, oh my gosh. And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pull it off. She had my chest meat balled up like a shirt. Like, I got to get some kind of credit. Just off the chest meat alone.
Okay, fine.
Off the chest meat alone. So we agree to drop this and move forward. We agree.
You said drop that. As long as you're not taking full credit for delivering.
I'm not going to take full credit. She did a majority of all the work, right? She did the pushing. She did all that. I was the person talking her through it. You know what I'm saying? And I caught the baby.
Yeah, you did.
I caught the baby.
So yeah, that's why I like
to be continued on that story.
I know. I'm like, we ain't finna talk about all this here.
But to what I gave you. Right. Day one, when we talked about getting married, Coco was like, there's something I need from you. Right. I was like, mine was very tangible. I was like, I want 5 kids. That's one of my goals. I was like, I want 5 kids. I want to have a lot of kids and I want to stay married forever. Like, I don't believe in this whole divorce and anything else. Like, we're going to work through this. I believe in one marriage, one person. Right. So she said, what I need from you then, she's like, bet, I can meet that. She was like, but what I need from you, she's like, I need to feel safe. I need to feel secure. I need to feel taken care of. And she wasn't talking only about money. She's like, I need it in everything, from my needs to my emotions to my wants. So I would like to say that over the years, I'm not saying I've been perfect all whole time. It's a long time to be with somebody, 20 years. And then for people who've been beyond, you know what I'm talking about. But it's always been a work in progress. But I like to believe that I've done that for you, because I really do put in a daily effort to make sure that I meet generally most of those needs.
Are you want me to respond to that?
Yes, please. Because that's what I feel like I gave you. That was your question, so it was my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe, because what I, go ahead.
Okay, don't be nervous, but
I'm not nervous. I'm thirsty.
Yeah, dry folk.
Yeah, I'm not nervous.
Yeah, dry folk.
I'm not nervous because I know I handle mine.
It's funny because, you had mentioned that, and I didn't even remember that I had said that to you. But then when you were saying it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is what I said.
Day one.
And you absolutely have met those things of giving me the security and the protection, and there's a third thing. There's a third thing.
Yep, security, protection. You need to feel kept.
Yeah,
taken
and
care of.
You have absolutely done that. And so, that's a key to why we're 20 years in, to many, 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 many more years to come. And I look forward to celebrating all our next anniversaries.
Dang, that's dope. That's dope. And I'm going to say this to all the gentlemen out there watching. If you listen to her needs or what your woman wants, and you do your part and you do it right, she takes care of your needs. And it makes it easier to get a starting five.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't had to work for it now. Because I put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
But I put in the work. And when you put in the work, you see the results. And I put in the work.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at like soil, right? You have to till it.
Got to till it.
And I feel like
I'll be tilling that soil.
Man. Okay. So, but I say like, but it needs sunshine. It needs watering. It needs tending to. You gotta pull the weeds. And so I'm just saying, like, it's an ongoing process. A relationship is an ongoing process, and at different times it needs different things. So you just got to be responsive to that, and you have to be able to hear her out. If she says, "This is how I feel," you have to respect that, because that's one thing that I'll say is you can't tell somebody how to feel, and if she's being courageous enough to be vulnerable to tell you how she feels, then you have to take it as bond, and you have to move on that. Now, and you cannot tell her that she's not justified to feel that way. You can tell her that you're sorry that she does feel that way, but you cannot tell her how to feel. And I think that's really important because, and I'll end it with this, a lot of times, when you do come back and apologize, and I'll tell you, like, when you did this or when you said this is how it made me feel. Yeah. Right. And so I think it's that key word when I say feel, it's a keyword to you, and we don't have a lot of keywords, but I feel like how you respond, that it has to be like a dog whistle or like a keyword to you where you're like, dang, okay, let me take a step back, because I never intended for her to feel this way. Yeah,
you're right about that, because my intentions are never to bring you those emotions, the hurt, the anger, the sadness, whatever it is. It really isn't. Yeah. Sometimes I might just be reactionary, and I might say something that might hurt you or have you feel a certain way, and it really wasn't my intention, or at least my overall intention for you is not to have you feel that way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because and just to take it on a light note, and you can take it home. If I would ever say there's a secret sauce, at least from our experience, to longevity, if you guys haven't picked up on it yet, is having fun. We laugh, we joke. How this is us on a daily. Sometimes we laughing at each other.
Oh, we be shooting dozens.
Oh my goodness, our stomachs be hurting, eyes be watering. Almost all the time. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like, to your point, how you be like, girl, I might, we look at each other. I have some of my best laughs with her. And we make sure to have them regular. We're just very loose and cool,
easygoing and laid back. And I will say that I love our love. And I love that you came on Sexy Mama's podcast. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And I love when I be whooping that butt in dominoes and Uno. I'll be spanking
wow.
that. And we out, y'all.
Wow, I can't even respond.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're gonna do me like this? Oh, okay. All right.
This here for the sexy mamas, you a sexy mama, you lit. Don't let them tell you nothing different, you it. Financially educated, get rich. Sexy mamas come in all different type of flavors, tell them take a pic. Sexy Mamas Podcast. Sexy Mamas Podcast.